Good evening. Welcome to Product Overview with my name is Dr. I'm the Wellness Director for Akana. I'm an Emerald Dispensary owner. Um, I am I'm a ready I'm already recording.
Recording in progress.
All right, so great.
I'm sorry, I got off track there. I am a doctor of naturopathy, which is similar to a chiropractor. I do body work, manual manipulation, and the like, several different types. I also do a lot of energy work. And I'm also a registered nurse and a proud member of Akana's Medical Advisory Board. I said I'm an Emerald Dispenser. I'm a founding member and I'm a certified wellness coach, among other things. So I want to again welcome you to our Zoom tonight. And tonight we are going to revisit boosting your immune system because that is so vital at this moment in time as we are smack dab in the middle of our winter season. Excuse me, changes in the weather, unusual changes in the weather, um, lots of pathogens and a variety of viruses circulating that attack out of nowhere. And so, uh, being that there are so many assaults, we really need to do it one more time. And we have also finally put together our immune pack, which I'm going to share with you tonight. So let me just get started. Like I mentioned before I started the recording, I love sharing valid, science-based information with you. It doesn't always have to come from me. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite people on YouTube that I follow and that certainly uh, are in sync with some of our own beliefs and understandings around health and wellness. So I'm going to play a couple of them for you, and then I'm going to introduce our new wellness pack, our new immune pack. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
All righty then. So let me just jump here and make that. This is just a little ditty I thought I'd share. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's not playing, I don't think. Just some little music.
Don't hear it, no.
That's just some music. Thought it was kind of cute. I shut it up. right, you all still see that page? I haven't quite figured.
No.
No.
Okay, good, good, good. Mhm.
Ongoing duty of remembrance. Evergreen shrubs provide a sense of continuity and permanence, creating an atmosphere of stability. There will be lights.
Finally, homemade Manjaro makes your pants drop in just 1 week.
Something very important with you relating to your immune system to get through the winter.
Okay, here's number 2. Go back and share.
Avoid getting sick,
Y'all
and
hear
even
it?
if you did get sick, to have very good outcomes. There are 7 really vital nutrients that I think are more important than other nutrients. And I'm going to try to explain this in a really simple way so you really get it, and also how to get these nutrients from the food that you eat. Some of these nutrients I'm going to talk about are very deficient in the population. So if that includes you, you need a little more information on like what this nutrient does and where to get it. Let's start with the nutrient number 1, vitamin A. It's one of the more important vitamins for your immune system, especially for lung infections. Vitamin A helps you make antibodies. Now, what's an antibody? It's something that helps tag a bad guy in your body, like a pathogen, and it helps the other parts of your immune system know who's the bad guy versus the good guy. So we don't want to attack the wrong cell, right? So the antibody is all about tagging someone. So it would be like a bounty hunter that's going out to find some criminal. They may not do in jail, but they help find the criminal. That's what your antibodies do. I mean, think about what a job that is. You have so many cells, the body is huge, and these antibodies are going around scanning, looking for these pathogens, and somehow they can identify them, and then they can tag them, and then they then communicate to the rest of the immune system to kill. Okay, so that's what your immune system does. And without enough vitamin A, your ability to produce antibodies and tag pathogens are greatly reduced. So now your body has a lessened ability to recognize the bad guys. And there's something else. Vitamin A helps your immune system coordinate because it increases this very specific T cell called a T helper cell that's all about coordination. I guess it'd be equivalent to like a symphony orchestrator, which is out there coordinating the various musicians. That person, it would all be chaos. So the T helper cell does a lot of coordination in this attack. So without vitamin A, you can't tag the bad guy, and then you can't coordinate your army. Now, where do you get vitamin A? A good source would be grass-fed butter. You can also get it from other things too, like egg yolks, liver, but I wouldn't from plant foods because that mainly is going to be beta carotene that has to convert into the active form of vitamin A, which is retinol. And for most people, it's not going to happen. So more butter through the winter, more butter to support your immune system. All right, the next vitamin, which you may not connect the dots between this nutrient and your immune system, is vitamin E. Now, vitamin E is a very potent antioxidant that protects the lipid membranes. Okay, so all your cells have a little fat layer. It's a membrane and it's made from lipids. And vitamin E protects that membrane from being damaged by your immune system and many other things. I mean, think about what's happening. You have this immune system, which is your army that's going to fight these pathogens, right? So they're going to use weapons. One weapon they use is hydrogen peroxide. If you ever put hydrogen peroxide on an open wound, you see it all fizzing and it starts to oxidize and it starts to create this reaction. Well, think about what that will do to a pathogen. It literally kills pathogens. All this is happening inside your body, so you're getting exposure to hydrogen peroxide and many other weapons from your own immune system. So vitamin E is there to protect against all this. If you didn't have enough vitamin E, boy, you'd have a lot of.
Uh-oh. Do you all still see the screen? Do you all still see the video?
We see it,
Okay.
but
You
is he move? And we hear it, but
Okay.
his
Okay.
lips aren't moving.
His lips are okay. Let me see. I don't know what I did. Why is it paused? Okay. Why is paused? Move to the bottom. No. Move that back to the top. That's recording. Resume. Fiddlesticks. Okay. Let me stop and start again. Where is it though? Oh, here. You're sharing your screen. Okay.
Damage that's occurring from your immune system that is the problem with people taking like chemotherapy or open wound, you see it all fizzing and it starts to oxidize and it starts to create this reaction. Well, think about what that will do to a pathogen. It literally kills pathogens, right? Well, all this is happening inside your body. So you're getting exposure to hydrogen peroxide and many other weapons from your own immune system. So vitamin E is there to protect against all this collateral damage. And if you didn't have enough vitamin E, boy, you'd have a lot of damage that's occurring from your immune system that is unnecessary. This is also another problem with people taking like chemotherapy or radiation therapy. Yes, it kills the cancer, but it also kills off the immune system, right? If you have to take chemo or radiation therapy for cancer, I would highly recommend also at the same time doing things like vitamin E, taking other nutrients to protect you against all this collateral damage. And just as a side note, one thing you could do to protect your cells against chemotherapy and radiation therapy is fasting, prolonged fasting. Your cells will automatically become stronger and live longer if you're fasting. And at the same time, you have to do the chemo and radiation therapy. So vitamin E protects against the collateral damage. Okay, that's one thing it does. Also, without enough vitamin E, the ability of your T cells and other things called the phagocytes that actually eat up pathogens just are less strong. So that's what vitamin E does. And guess where you can get vitamin E? From butter. Okay. You can also get it from leafy greens. You can also get it from nuts in egg yolks because it's a fat soluble vitamin. The next most important vitamin, which is probably the most important vitamin, is vitamin D. I've done lots of videos about it to your immune system. I mean, just across the board, it influences every single part of your immune system. But one of the most important things that vitamin D will do is it helps to curb or calm down an overactive immune system. So if your immune system is a little too enthusiastic, okay, and it's like going in hyper mode and you have too much inflammation, vitamin D can come in there and chill it out. So any condition that you have that involves too much inflammation, especially chronic inflammation.
Drinking warm water before bed helps release fat while you sleep. Apparently, thousands of people are
Arthritis, autoimmune, or even the cytokine storm involved in like an infection, vitamin D can come in there and just turn that thing right off. It can also infection. One of the most amazing things it does is it just puts out the fire. Okay, but you need a lot of it. You need not just 600 IUs. You need about 10, 20, 30,000 IUs if you're going through an infection. And guess where you can get vitamin? Liver oil. You can get it from the sun, but not during the winter. So many people just take it as a supplement, but it's a very important nutrient, and you should know more about that because the next most important vitamin is vitamin C. You can get a lot of it from raw sauerkraut, not pasteurized sauerkraut, but raw. Okay, you get like 700 milligrams. That's 10 times what you really need in 1 cup of raw sauerkraut. Incredible. But vitamin C is increase your resistance and lowers your susceptibility to antioxidant. It also can collateral damage, just like vitamin E will do. But vitamin E protects the fat layered membranes. Vitamin C helps other things in your body from getting damaged. So if there's a lot of oxidation, free radical damage, inflammation, vitamin C protects the tissues against all this collateral damage from your own immune system. And a lot of times when you feel sick or you feel lethargic or you feel tired or you have a fever or you have any negative reaction when you get sick, it's this collateral damage that's causing it. So vitamin C can help feel better as you're going through the infection. The same thing with vitamin E. But the other thing that vitamin C will do is it increases neutrophils. Neutrophils really do 3 things, okay? They eat pathogens for lunch, right? They eat viruses, bacteria, parasites, yeast. They also will release weaponry like microbial agents that kill microbes. So it's kind of like they have this shotgun that they can use against microbes. And the third thing that they do, it's pretty cool. They actually throw a net over the pathogens and contain the pathogen so they can then inject certain chemicals to dissolve and kill the pathogen. They're like a little spider that can throw a net over the pathogen. So those are the 3 ways that neutrophils work, and they are dependent on vitamin C. And again, you can get vitamin C from sauerkraut, but you can get it from all the leafy greens. Even you can get some vitamin C from grass-fed, grass-finished beef, believe it or not, as well as grass-fed, grass-finished liver. The next most important nutrient that you need to know about is zinc. You probably already know that, but zinc is involved in several hundred enzymes, okay? Without zinc, a lot of things can't work in your body. But one of the most important, interesting things that zinc will do to your immune system is to allow the thymus to do its job. The thymus makes T cells. It's like a training camp for your immune system. And it's dependent on zinc. Without zinc, the thymus actually shrinks way down. It can't work right. Zinc allows the training of your immune system. Your T cells get suppressed, so they can't go to battle. They can't fight. The weapons that they are supposed to have are limited, is suppressed. So you're basically cutting down your army without having enough zinc. And there's a lot of people that don't have enough zinc, primarily because they're eating a lot of refined grains with phytates that are blocking the zinc. Pasta syrup, whole grains, okay? And you can get zinc from shellfish, okay, oysters. You can also get zinc from other things like eggs, red meat, it's loaded with zinc. There was an interesting study on mice, okay, where they had one group that was deprived of zinc and the other group was fed enough zinc. And both groups were exposed to a deadly parasite. And in the group that was zinc deficient, there was an 80% mortality rate. 80% of these mice died, the zinc deficient group. And in the other group, only 10% of the mice died. And this was the group that had enough zinc. It tells us that zinc is very important in surviving, for one, and having an immune system to protect us against these pathogens, bacteria. The next nutrient I want to talk about is selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral to help you make glutathione, which is another antioxidant which protects the body from free radical damage, oxidation, well, and it also protects against inflammation, okay, all that collateral damage. And if your immune system is no longer as potent as it should be, it has a more difficult time fighting pathogens, and it also has a difficult time protecting your normal tissues from all the collateral damage. There was another study on mice that had a group that was deficient in selenium and compared that to a group that were both exposed to a parasite, not the same parasite, but a different parasite. And in the group that was selenium deficient, okay, they all suffered multiple organ failure, okay, as compared to the group that had sufficient selenium. So that would be just another example. Even though the studies weren't done on humans, I think it's something to look at. It's something to appreciate. And the problem with doing human studies is that who's going to volunteer for this study? Not me. So where can you get food and Brazil nuts? And the last nutrient I want to comment on is copper. Copper works with zinc. I haven't talked a lot about copper, but copper is very important for your immune system as well. If you don't have enough copper, you're more susceptible to getting infections, okay? Copper also works with selenium in making certain enzymes to protect against collateral damage because function and specific other parts of the immune system. So if you don't have enough copper, your cells won't be coordinated enough to recruit for help to have the full capacity of your immune system at the barrier that you're defending from. And copper can be gotten from shellfish, seafood, and beef, meats. It's in eggs. It's in a lot of different foods. Now, I've recently did a very interesting video on what vitamin D does to your immune system. It's a little bit more in depth, and you really need to watch that because once you watch that, you'll have the complete vitamin D in its relationship to bulletproofing yourself against pathogens. And I put that video up right here. Check it out.
You know what eating cabbage can do to your heart? Cabbage is a cruciferous vegetable that resembles lettuce.
Okay. Interesting, huh, guys? Okay, I've got one more friends to share with you.
Very interesting.
All right. And I really like Dr. Eric Berg because he is very scientific in his approach and in his sharing of information. Now hold on, there's one more thing. Let's see. 6:37.
What has been around for thousands of years, have helped multiple antimicrobial effects,
Get under there. Okay, go back to Zoom. And I'm going to share this. And this is really short.
what has been around for thousands of years, have helped multi-millions of people. It has so many different antimicrobial effects, antifungal, antibacterial, antiviral. But antibiotics only work on bacteria, not viruses. That's why garlic is. Let me show you something. My clove, right in the garlic crusher. Just go ahead and squeeze down. Get that fresh garlic come out like that. All fresh garlic. So once we chop the garlic, it could be a little strong, I understand that, but an enzyme called alliinase is released, affecting allicin in the garlic. This results in the sulfenic acids reacting with each other to produce allicin. This is the medicinal healing part of garlic. You need to let it sit out for 10 minutes or more before you eat it. So make sure you're eating your garlic. You can use a little. Will be happy. What has been around for thousands of years, have helped multi-millions of people.
Okay. And then just a visual that you all might want to, I know we've spoken about many of these foods before. Want to take a screenshot of this. Where? Here. It's getting the hang of this thing. Okay, and we're going to just share that. I thought that was nice visual on foods. Figure out how to turn that. Not sharing now, right? Okay, let me find that. All right. So now, now, let me turn the recording. It's going, okay. So now I would like to introduce to you the new, I forgot the name of it. That's not it. It is called the Viral. Hold on. It's called Viral Shield 4. A picture of it. I think I might have it up here already. Not there. But, oh, I know where I put it. I put it here so you'd be able to see it. Okay, I don't see it there. So I'm going to skip that. There we go. Let me get that shared for you guys. Yoo-hoo. And there you go. Introducing Akana's Viral Shield 4.
Quickly, average close time is 14 days or less.
And
So
this,
basically,
and this is our newest offering, inspired by the need to really boost our immune system. I know, and I think I even mentioned this last week, there are numerous people personally who have succumbed to, I don't even know what it is. These days we just have to call it a viral attack. Because for the most part, I don't think we really, really know what the species, um, a lot of these virus, that kind of thing. So we'll just call them viral attacks. And some are actually bacterial. I must tell you that my brother-in-law just recently died of pneumonia. And apparently, according to reports, before he could really get over, or just as he was getting over the pneumonia, he contracted some other something or another, and it took him out. So, again, it just fuels my desire to provide a means by which we can fortify ourselves and our family and protect us over and over and over again. You have to do your own due diligence. Your body is your responsibility. And so we are being I'm going to call it indoctrinated. We're being bombarded with information about viruses and other pathogen that have, are, and will be attacking us over this season, I'll call it, because this is the quote unquote flu season, when people are more susceptible to the ravages of these kind of viral attacks. And so the more we know about our bodies, the more we know about how to prep and reinforce our bodies to handle all of these assaults, the better off we are. And so, like I said, we're being, I'm just going to say informed about the possibilities, et cetera, of attacks, and we're being informed about the the protective modes that traditional Western medicine has uh, uh, shares with us. And so, like I said, do your due diligence, because even though we have vaccines and other immunizations, we have drugs and what have you, nothing is stronger. Hear me, nothing is stronger than your own immune system when it is functioning at its maximum capacity. And that is what Dr. Berg was talking about, fortifying the raw nutrients that your body needs to perform optimally. And so, with that being said, Akana has such products that will indeed provide that fortification, enhancement in terms of nutritional support for boosting the immune system. And so again, this is the viral. It consists of 4 of the major products in our product line that speak to boosting the immune system, and together they are a force to be reckoned with. Let me say, though, we also have several essential oils outside of this Viral Shield 4 that can also enhance and effective immune system functioning. But first of all, let's talk about number one on the, well, let me just back up. Number one on on my list, cleansing your body. Cleansing your digestive system, which provides you again with pretty much the opportunity for your entire body to cleanse itself of major toxins that are being stored not only in the fatty tissues, but also in the fat adipose tissue that surrounds a lot of the organs. For the fat cells have a protective mechanism by which they encapsulate the toxins in our body from toxicity that they provide, which causes pretty much poisoning of the body and not only lead to disease, but disease, dysfunction, and degeneration, but they can also lead to death. It can get to that point. And so we definitely want to fortify ourselves against that. So first off, we've got our immune defense system tea, and it has several, let me see there, 1, 2, 3, 4, consists of 5 different herbs. Heading that is echinacea, which actually has been used in time without beginning, I might say, because I've always known echinacea ever since I started in holistic health, which has been decades. Echinacea boosts the immune system. It can actually help prevent and shorten the durations of colds and flus. It's believed that it actually stimulates the immune system by increasing the production of white blood cells, which is the white blood cells are all about, like Dr. Berg talked about, attacking a pathogen that might invade our bodies and cause infection. And then we've got, then they also reduce inflammation. That's echinacea. And it helps to alleviate some of the symptoms of chronic inflammatory conditions, even like arthritis and tonsillitis, any of the itises which indicate inflammation. It also supports respiratory health, and it helps to reduce symptoms of respiratory infections like sore throats and sinus infections, even bronchitis. It also purports antioxidant properties, like the flavonoids and the phenolic compounds, and those actually combat what other than oxidative stress that we've spoken about so many times. And so it helps to protect the cells against damage. Okay, it also has some other effects that are not necessarily immune system related, but then again, the body is one. So when you have one system that is out of whack, it is certainly going to affect the others. So let me just say that echinacea also has been purported to possibly lower blood sugar levels, support mental health, as well as to improve skin health. And then we've got, guys have probably heard of Golden Seal before. It's been around forever, and it anti-inflammatory properties as well as its immune boosting properties. Because function, it contains a substance called berberine, and it's a compound that has serious antibacterial, antifungal, and so it helps to fight infections. It aids in digestive health. Well, if you have poor digestive health, obviously you're not going to be able to take advantage of the in. And so the fact that it aids in digestive health uh, promotes healthy gut bacteria, as well as it helps to reduce inflammation. It also acts, and we're talking golden seal here, it also acts as a natural antibiotic. Traditionally, it was used to treat bacterial infections, and it's been shown that golden seal might even help with respiratory infections, urinary tract infections, skin infections. So infections in general, it's kind of a blood purifier too. It also promotes respiratory health. It's been touted to be used in colds and flu and sinus infections because golden seal may help to reduce mucus as well as inflammation in the respiratory tract. It also helps, and here we go again. Remember, I talked about the importance of the whole body effect. And like I said, if one or more systems are not working properly, then it's going to affect the other. So in addition to those respiratory and infective issues that I'm golden seal also supports liver function. And it's believed to help with promoting detoxification and reducing liver inflammation. Remember, the liver has to do all that work detoxifying any and everything we put in our body. And it also may help to regulate blood sugar levels. It also helps with skin health because remember, again, skin is one of the largest organs that we have, and it's a large organ of elimination. And then also in our immune defense system T is Siberian ginseng, and it is an herb that is pretty much adaptogenic and you need it to do. So it's been known for enhancing energy, reducing stress, and improving overall well-being. It does boost in energy enhancement and helps to reduce fatigue. It improves your stamina, so especially for people with chronic fatigue and people that have poor stamina and want to, do athletic things, it helps with that. It also enhances mental performance. It supports the immune system, potentially by reducing the frequency and the severity of colds and infections. So it just boosts the immune system, its function. It helps the body to adapt to stress. And if you remember, stress is a major influencer on the immune system because the more stress you are affected by, the less effective your immune function is. So as an adaptogen, it actually helps the body to cope with the physical that it might be going under, making it useful in managing things like anxiety and stress-related fatigue. It also improves may help sexual health. And then we have yellow dock root, which is also a medicinal herb, and it's been known for its detoxifying effects as well as its support of the digestive system and a purifier. And so it helps with liver health and detoxification. So it really supports liver function and promotes overall detoxification by the body to help eliminate those toxins which attack our body and decrease effectiveness of all of the systems. It aids in digestion and helps to relieve constipation because remember, if you're constipated, your body is just continually reabsorbing waste and sending it back into your system to be taken up by the system. So that's a nasty proposition. So we're talking yellow dock here. So it actually has a mild laxative property. And so that's the patient and helps to kind of regulate regular bowel movements. It also purifies the blood and it's been used as such for centuries. And it's believed that it helps to cleanse the bloodstream and improve overall health. And then, like I mentioned with the other ones, it also reduces inflammation. So it helps with any kind of inflammatory. It supports skin health. It's rich in oxygen, and so thereby it helps to support deficiencies like anemia. It also promotes kidney and gallbladder health, and it also supports respiratory health. It's been used in formulas specifically that address respiratory issues like coughs and bronchitis because of its ability to promote expectoration of the excess mucus and that kind of thing. And then last but not least, it contains lemongrass, and lemongrass has been known not only for its medicinal properties, but also its uses in the culinary. Its benefits come in the way of aiding in digestion and promoting a healthy gut. It supports the immune system in that it's rich in antioxidants, and it helps to strengthen the immune system and to protect against infections internally as well as externally. You can put lemongrass on areas that are inflamed and old. Get down, get down, get down. And lo and behold, that inflammation is duly taken care of. It also helps to promote relaxation and reduce stress, and it supports detoxification because it is a natural diuretic. So it aids in kidney health and helps, again, the body to just kind of flush out those toxins. It also has been found to aid in weight, of blood pressure, and voila, again, it has great antibacterial as well as antibacterial and antifungal properties that can help combat infection, whether it's external, something on the skin, or whether it's something internally like respiratory infections. And then last but not least, it also helps to clear congestion and soothe respiratory conditions like coughs and colds and bronchitis. So these are the components of our immune defense tea. And then we've got our black seed oil. Well, we've talked about black seed oil like forever and a day. And one of the things that I like to say about black seed oil is that it has been said that it cures everything but death. And lo and behold, it can help to relieve pain, It it helps with elimination of excess mucus. It's highly anti-inflammatory, and I've told you all over and over again that I use it even on the grandbabies, to the point that the 4-year-old, as soon as I need some black seed. And so he wasn't able to find it at home. And then the next time he came, he said, I found the black seed. And so my husband said, Did you take some? And he looked at him, he said, Yeah, I took a little bit. So, they recognize the benefits of some of the things that they're taught, and they will carry those things with them. And when trust me, when he starts sniffling and what have you, I say, have you been getting your black seed? He says, no, they don't give it to me. I said, you got to ask for it. So that's what he's been doing. So, so black seed also, like I said, is highly anti-inflammatory. It's got, health promoting compounds like thymoquinone. Can be used or topically. I've spoken to you all like a number of times about even putting it, like sometimes you have a little earache, you can put it behind your ear, in front of your ear. Do not drop it in your ear, but you can roll your finger in it and just put it on the opening. Lay your finger on the opening of your ear. The healing properties will be, I don't want to say sucked in, but they will definitely go in from the external. Even though you may think that it's not, trust me, you will be relieved of pain. The inflammation will be quelled, and you will start to feel some of the further benefits. Black seed, they effective against the mucus, the inflammation, and those are, some of the things that are most important when you start talking about attacks from the outside. It has antimicrobial properties, which means that it is effective in dealing with various microbes, whether it's a virus, bacteria, or virus, bacteria, fungal infections, those kinds of things. So in addition to, blood sugar balance uh, and things of that nature, it's got numerous health benefits. And then we've got our nasal spray. Well, our nasal spray has a plethora of essential oils in it that all relate to being anti-inflammatory, congestion, uh, fighting uh, fighting infection. I'm not going to go into each one because we've run out of time, but I can tell you that the combination or the formulation that makes up our nasal spray is one in a million. I can tell you the people that have reported the benefits of utilizing it, all the way from sinusitis, sinus infections, just a general sinus congestion, as well as the, and I really call it a protective force when you start to think about the pretty much is and most particularly our nostrils and our respiratory system. And so we've got these little hairs in there, in our nostrils, and when we, spray the nasal spray in our nostrils, those little hairs, nares they're called, actually become coated with the product, with the essential oils. And so anything that you breathe in has to get through not only the barrier of your hairs, which is part of why they are there, but also the anti-inflammatory, anti-infective properties of the nasal spray actually kick in, because remember, it's aromatherapy. So when you spray, diffuse the various essential oils in the air, they actually kind of engulf uh, microbes and microorganisms before they can reach you. Well, the same thing is going on in your nostrils when you breathe in the air. The hairs get them first, then the essential oils get them, and so they really can't grab hold in your system and cause any real damage. So you can use that. I don't leave home without it, especially if I'm going to be in a group of people. And especially people that, yeah, I'll just say a group of people. And I feel pretty confident that I am safe. Then
Excuse
our last part of this Viral Shield 4 is the Essential Defense. And it has some of the same essential oils in it as the nasal spray, but is further its actions by a whole host of other, again, antimicrobial, uh, um, infective health benefits. And so the can be a couple of drops in your tea, and just as you're drinking your tea, you get the opportunity to inhale the fumes that are being released from the essential oil. So it's really kind of a double whammy in terms of support for your immune system. You can also put on your toothbrush and brush your teeth, and at the same time you can gargle with it. Put a few drops in your hands, rub them together to activate it, and then cup your hands over your nostrils and feel the effects of the essential oils in this proprietary blend go to work as you inhale it. You feel your congestion clear up. You feel a, a I don't know, I call it like a brightening in my brain even. Any coughing or rest symptoms that you might have, you can feel those start to ease. So like I said, it is definitely a must in your medicine cabinet during this season. And so the 4 of them are actually the I don't know, is it pre-sale price, I guess you could say, is $89.95. And that is through tomorrow this time, and then it's going to go up I believe it's going to go up to $99. So it should be in your back office now if you so choose to check it out. And I hope that you do and share this with your family. We're past the gift giving season, but in reality, we should always be giving the gift of health. So keep that in mind for your family and friends. Okay, so we don't have any time for questions. I'm sorry, but Dr. Roz is here, and she's gonna lead you guys in your check-in session for the cleanse. So I'm going. What happened? If you all have any questions, you can put them in. I'll answer them in the chat while Dr. Roz is doing her thing.
All right. Good evening.